Welcome to another Field of Glory 2 medieval historical battle. This is Agincourt 1415. So, no introduction needed, I assume. I have command of the French army. There's probably some special scripting here. Let's see. Yeah. English longbowmen have 10 turns full strength shots. The rear guard of foot and mounted valets will only advance if their own arms are in difficulties. Mounted movement is reduced to 2 tiles by muddy conditions. The French must win before nightfall. Okay. So our missiles cannot move. They can't shoot, all one of them. So let's try to get men-at-arms out of the way and try to push forward with our dismounted men-at-arms instead. Looks like the longbowmen also have superior quality. Get out of the way. So evening things out in the melee. Terrain is muddy fields. That's what slows down the knights. And stakes, of course, put moderate disorder on heavy foot that is armored or more than armored. Okay. So we'll start to spread out. Next turn we can fully begin our advance. So let's shift some units over to each wing. He'll settle his stakes, and then we will close in through the storm of arrows. They can't move, yeah. Alright. Next turn. Well, my opponent says he's new to the game. I should probably let him know that he can place stakes. Keep getting this mess sorted out. Okay. Next turn. Okay, then we'll just close and oops, let's get a volley off. Then close into charge range. Maintain orderly advance. I mean, I guess we can let things get a little bit messy. It's not a big deal. Very good. Next turn. Well, he didn't get his stakes up, so we're gonna crunch in. I don't know why, I did tell him about the stakes. Okay, simple enough. Next turn. Now he's putting the stakes down. Too late for some of his units, but it'll help. Well, no need for subtlety here. So yeah, now with the stakes, armored, and heavily armored, etc., heavy foot, moderately disordered charging, so that's going to be a problem. Okay. Next turn. Bit of a grind then. Didn't put stakes up there. We did there. Let's prepare to engage the nobles. Okay. And, oh god, they're so slow here. This stupid mud. Well, do the best you can. Some gaps to pass through. Next turn. Yeah, fair enough. Ooh. So we're moderately disordered, and they're not disordered because we're fighting across stakes, attacking a longbowman. Ugh. Just gonna have to try to grind them down. Cover them. Oh shit. That's okay. He could charge and then drop, so sadly we have to do a bad thing. At least save this unit. Their quality is higher. Fair enough. Make some room. Support that. That's fine. Here, pile in. kind of a slog, but I guess it was, so fair enough. Next turn. Right, let's nibble at the edges and see what we can get. Hold firm, damn. Charge into contact, no stakes there, good. And stakes to deal with there. Too bad. Why don't we, well, pile back in. I suppose I should have resolved that first. Shit. Too late. A break. What does that do? Lucky. Good. Carry on then. Replacement's ready. Okay, the bad thing. Well, there's an upside to everyone being superior, I suppose. We'll cycle this unit out. I think it's just done for the battle, basically. If they make it that far. Which they may or may not. Alright, then we wait. Next turn. Yep. At least they held so they can run away. Good. Okay, so let's see. You set up a drop there. You set up a drop there. And you push forward that way. For us, prepare to pile in just in case they auto break before we can get the flank. Support. Ooh, I shouldn't have done that. I didn't see those stakes there. Ugh. Ouch. Let's move you, or prepare to turn around and leave. Gross. Good. Push that. Good. Hit them around the edge of the stakes. Get the hell out of there. Wait your turn. Okay. So what we can do? Well, let's just there, shift you up as well. Next turn. Finally started to be able to work through these flanks a little bit. It's gonna be messy still. Yeah, that kind of thing. Auto break. Well, everyone is superior, so pile in. Yep, and then get the drop. Lovely. Go here, and then from this angle, no obstacle. So we have the advantage, other than having been torn up in the melee already. Good, that's also helpful. Ugh, I really shouldn't have charged those in. Haven't suffered for it yet. Surprising. Alright, you get out of the way. Again, stakes won't protect from that angle. Move there, prepare a drop. Just start going around. Pile in. Stay out of the way, you're done, really. Leave those gaps, that's okay. Yeah. Next turn. Hmm. Okay, you stay out of the way for now. We might end up needing to bring such half-strength units back into action, but let's not risk it at the moment. Stakes are protecting them from the flank, but... Come on. Held firm. Alright, in you go. Get around the stakes. We could do that, but wouldn't I rather set it up there and just pile in here? But disrupt it anyway. Damn it. Well, next. Good enough. We should still win this pretty soon. Next turn. Well, it is looking like we might end up needing these. Maybe. We might just win this turn. Let's see. Ah, stakes. Well, screw it. Pile in. Oh, totally thought those were mine. Oops. We'll give the cavalry an opportunity to actually do something then. Good. Slip past. Is that a... Yes, it is. Slip past. There we go. Okay. So, not quite there, but I think next turn. Ooh, what a slog, nevertheless. Next turn. Too bad. Looks like that is game. There we are. So my opponent said he was newer. He did forget to, or fail to get stakes up in time on a few of his units before contact. Setting aside specific things that he did, I think Agincourt is kind of a weird scenario to try to simulate in the fog system. So, fog is very ambitious and generally succeeds in its ambition of trying to do, what, 3,500 years of history in one wargaming system. But as a result, these sort of like unique or more one-off situations that didn't occur too often are more difficult to simulate. I mean, so there's some mud, and that's slowing the cavalry movement. The terrain is not open. But one of the things at Agincourt seemed to be that the French infantry kind of funneled into the center, kind of unconsciously trying to move away from the storm of arrows. That kind of thing is hard to do in the fog system, kind of like how the rightward drift of the classical hoplite phalanx is also not really present in fog. Yeah, the very specific little things about very specific situations or eras or contexts, that's going to be hard to get in a more general system like this, right? A system that was very consciously, specifically about, the 100 Years' War in the early 15th century would definitely find some way to simulate that sort of thing. But for fog, finding a way to do that would kind of distort things elsewhere, right? So, I'm not fully satisfied with this Agincourt. I don't think archery quite gets what it deserves, and the scenario is kind of balanced out by giving the longbowmen superior. But it doesn't quite do it for me. But I can see why, and it's also kind of a hard place in that you can't really release a DLC called Storm of Arrows without Agincourt, but at the same time, Fog, again, is not as well suited to the very specific circumstances in battles like Agincourt, or another one where that kind of popped up was Carhaix. Situations that didn't repeat themselves and were remarked on at the time don't lend themselves to general systems covering, millennia of history. But, still an enjoyable match. A good game. Till next time.